Hi, my name's Addie. I'm 16. I'm a sophomore in high school, and I'm interested in entrepreneurship.
And my name is Moj, and I run Beautycon.
Have you ever felt like an imposter, and what did you do to overcome it?
Yes. Imposter syndrome is like a terrible disease. You have to hopefully by the time you end up in that room where you're hearing the voice of like, why am I in this room? You should hopefully have another voice in your head that's like, because I deserve it. I deserve to be in this room. And so hopefully you're gonna give more amplification to that other voice. When you're not in school, what's the one thing you love to do?
I really like to work on my site, which is an online platform for multiracial creators and content. And a lot of my time, when I'm not doing homework, it's a lot of working on that. It's so much fun. It honestly just brings me so much joy to be able to network and hear from all these stories. But it's also making me into a more successful person. What's the one piece of advice you have for young women who have big ideas but don't know how to get started?
One, I would recommend they take a finance class. And I would, I guess, throw in a second tip, which is they probably should take a stand-up comedy class.
Why stand-up comedy?
So, women are basically 2% of all venture capital funding, and women of color are 0.02%, which means you have to pitch. I had to pitch about 105 investors before I got my first $200,000. It's like nerve-wracking. You're like on the 57th floor of a building. It's all these older white men in suits. You're trying to go there to, it's hard to like not feel weird when you're asking people for money. So a friend of mine was like, you should take a stand-up comedy class. It transformed the way I raise money. Like from that point on out, it became, I'm not gonna say easy, but because raising money is always hard, but it became less personal to me how people felt about me in that room.
What's the best way to email a busy CEO to try to get a coffee meeting?
Don't ask them for a coffee meeting.
Why wouldn't you go to a coffee meeting?
So whenever someone asks me that, I now say back to them, do you have something you're working on that I can review? Do you have specific questions for me so that I can sort of evaluate whether or not I'm the most appropriate person in my network to help you? And like, what's your outcome that you're trying to look for here?
What's your perspective on the saying, fake it till you make it?
You got to. The average male is applying for jobs that he's like 30% qualified for. So, that's clearly how the world's worked for a very long time.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying you should fake it that you're an astronaut and you're really not, but if you're within 25 to 40% in sort of a truth, I think it's fine to push the boundaries.